Hey guys, welcome to our review of Kamen Rider 01, episode 22. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have
Cinder Blaze.
And Makotoa.
Dudes, welcome back. On today's episode, we're not going to be watching along with you. That's my intro for the other thing. We're reviewing 22, and we watched this yesterday so that you guys could comment on it. And we've got a lot more comments, so thanks for turning out, guys. But before that, we are going to dive into our thoughts of this episode. And yeah, I mean, it was ultimately enjoyable. I realized that there's been sort of like a staleness to how the show's been going, and sure, it's sort of following a bit of a predictable path. Like we got the the trial sort of cleared up the way it should, especially since standard tournament structure. If the bad guy has too many wins, the good guy's gonna have to even it out. So we knew this wasn't gonna be the end of it, and he wasn't gonna lose the. So,
but with this one, they kind of like switched up a little bit in that the person they were competing against wasn't like the evil one.
Right.
It was a person who sabotaged the evidence, and I was really glad when the prosecutor was just like, "Shoot, I almost persecuted like the wrong guy." And he took off the Zaya spec. I was just like,
yeah,
because he looks like such a scumbag, and for him to just kind of like, turn the other way, I was just kind of like, mad respect for that dude.
It is pretty funny because they did set, like, this show has set the precedent of making the most evil guy the most scumbag looking dude, and the fact that they put it on its own head, maybe it's meaning something like either, hey, maybe things are going to change from here, or we just sort of wanted to pull the rug out of this mystery one because there was a mystery surrounding it, and we'll never be doing that ever again.
Well, as much as I appreciate the little twist, I think we still have been getting stale, and I don't think that the plot's progressing enough. I like, it's great. We've got whichever one of the Metsuro.net guys was like seizing out because his entire life existence might have been a lie. But
yeah, he's turning into a protagonist. Oh no!
it's just like it's taking too long. I'm sick of this game. I'm sick of seeing what's her face just kind of like pandering behind behind the Zaya dude. I want, like, they're continuing to clash with their ideals, but in these different formats and stuff. We've got best out of 5. He's already lost 2. He has to win the next 3, so it's going to be even more predictable from here on out. I just wish that we were going a little bit faster, or at least introducing like some mainstay characters that can stick around and like spruce things up, because we're missing 2 of them right now. I mean, one of them's been here, I guess, a little bit, but it just, we're feeding in new characters, and then just as quickly as we're getting rid of them. So the main few cast, it's just not enough for me. And the reason why I'm saying all this now is because we literally just watched one of the Build movies, and I'm realizing just how much higher that cast was, like, at least because at the very least there's just a lot of them, and they all have a different dynamic where they're coming from. It just doesn't feel like we have enough main cast characters right now to play with.
I mean, like, I still chalk that up to like 01 finding its footing. I don't necessarily want to like compare it to Build, just because Build's special. We don't like that. This is going to be very strange to say, but like something like that doesn't necessarily have to happen each year. And sitting in a status quo like this, I still found it enjoyable, still found it entertaining, and even, hey, I guess the girlfriend from the episode is sticking around so she can marry a
robot?
Humagear?
Are we sure that's the same person? I'm not.
That's what Toku Twitter has been saying. Because That's the thing.
Goodness.
The actress is Yellow Buster, and then she's still the same actress, but then marrying Blue Buster, which is very strange, and people have been pointing it out.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting
Yeah,
episode, but that's for next episode. Let's
It
focus
is.
on this one.
let's.
And you know, I know like this arc is very repetitive, but we got one breakout scene just to kind of like distract us from that all.
That's true.
And-
The power up was really good.
Oh boy, metal cluster, right? That's
Yeah,
the
Metal
name.
Cluster Hopper. Wait.
I don't
Yeah.
even.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I was about to say Metal Bill, but that was the Grease movie.
It's
Yeah.
funny how we got both of them in the same week, or at least
Well,
for us
yeah,
who watched it.
Hey, get ready for Toku Week. It was a nice scene, and I was talking to you guys about this after recording and stuff, but it's always so strange to me the leaps in, I guess,
CG.
the leaps in CG that this show makes, or any Toku makes, because like they're their whole thing is like practical, and when they do something that looks pretty well done in CG, I don't know, it's something I never expect, because they always try to do things practically.
Yeah, isn't that the name of the genre, like the practical
Yeah,
effects show?
yeah, like special effects.
Okay,
So, yeah.
I guess it's broad enough.
It's
Yeah.
high quality.
It's high
Yeah.
quality.
Yeah, and like I think we have two really good fights in this episode. Just the regular Shining Assault Hopper when he had the little drones just kind of like going all over the place.
Yeah.
And then when Bowser jacked that and used the same power up, like it actually looked decent going up against each other. When
Right,
usually in
yeah.
previous shows it's just like a CG clusterfuck of just like nonsense.
Mhm.
So for this
That's
one,
true.
like that looked good. And then when we have the metal like power up, like the intensity, that thing
when
was gonna kill someone.
Pretty
Like,
much. We saw that guy's like entire shirt ripped up after the
Oh,
metal.
yeah, I love that. Like it's a like an entire cloud of moths coming in to eat your clothes.
A swarm, yeah.
and kick her glasses in.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But yeah, back to the first fight though. I really love that they had been delaying their head-to-head confrontation until now, because each moment beforehand that we saw 01 clash with
Bowser.
Thouser, yeah.
Mhm.
He was in a lower form because he was trying to neutralize the human gear. That was his directive, and he doesn't want to fight Thouser because, he knows that it's frivolous. It won't get him anywhere. But the tables turn here. He really pissed him off, and we get to see that anger sort of explode throughout the episode. And when he did actually get to fight him in earnest, toe-to-toe, he stood his ground. And I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, and like that's something that a lot of people were just looking forward to. Just like seeing Bowser actually getting his ass handed to him, and the fact that he did it with like the Shining Assault form. Like, he didn't win the fight like at the very end, but he got some hits on him, and like that's what we were like waiting for. Just to make it like a little bit closer.
Mm-hmm.
However, for some reason, Bowser decided that he needs to give 01 a busted power up. Maybe to sabotage him, because that's like his shtick. But it kind of sucks that like the fights won't be nearly as like even or intense because he gave that to him. Because like if he ever pulls it out, then it's like whatever. But
It's true. But like that's the thing. That's Aruto's nature. He wouldn't pull that out. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he will, because we got to sell the toy. But I don't know. Maybe the change in his brain chemistry or his brain programming um may have done something to him, and he might be trying to use it a lot more.
Yeah, these
And
mid-season.
we've seen that Zaya's technology has corrupted minds before.
Yeah.
With those other guys. So
Wait, it wasn't Zaya's though. This was made at the hideout with the
No,
butt.
but like it's kind of like a similar thing that's gonna happen because
I
like
mean, they made it.
yeah, because like yeah, Zaya
Arc made it.
Well, no, but
Zaya worked on Arc.
designed it. Yeah.
So like there's still a lot of similarities in the tech between whatever the Arc is, whatever
Okay.
Yeah, because
Zaya
like
is, and what Zaya has. Like, all very confusing, but they're all from like the same kind of like set of projects, so they're all like connected in that way. And like I kind of like how what was it? Aruto's like anger was kind of like being mirrored by the Arc, and like I think they're trying to tease that like maybe he's very Human Gear like. I personally feel like it's just like the 0-1, however he like transforms. It's just connected to that. Like, so.
I do wonder what his ulterior motive is, and like I have I'm of two minds with it. Like one, it could be like, oh hey, this 0-1 guy's dangerous. He's the head of the hidden intelligence, and he could go crazy at any moment. This guy's not fit to lead a company. Get him out of there. Or two, it is to sap information from the Zaya and other things satellite. Zaya and the bad one. That's about it. Arc, yeah. So maybe sap information from that or something, or maybe just Zaya because he doesn't technically have access. He only has access to the Arc, and he wanted information from there. Because I'm assuming that's pulling from a wider database. So that could be it. I don't know. I'm interested to see.
Do we got any spicy comments for this episode?
My boy, we got 3. That's right. So first up is Frank Lara, first time commenter and also first comment, who says first to comment and OP Berserk form.
That is very true.
How observant?
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of it's kind of like the builds hazard. Yeah, and so it's got that vibe. I'm just, we were gonna find out if it has consequences or not.
Okay, I know you were comparing build earlier, but I will say that suit's much cooler than this one. This is just all black, and like the cinematography around it was just so good. But anyway, yeah. Another comment from J Boss. I love this episode of 0-1. It continues to be a good show to me. Good job, J Boss. Hey, thank you for coming from RR to watch our humble watch along. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey, and then as usual, our meat and potatoes, Doubly Unknown, says the Arc and Metal Cluster stuff was way more interesting than the trial. They should have gotten an actual mystery writer like Riku Sanjo to write this set of episodes, because the culprit was really obvious because they didn't introduce any other character that could have done the crime. Guy giving Aruto the new form is clearly another way to attack him through the media, as evidenced by Yua filming the whole situation. That's true. I forgot she was doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Guy is appearing more evil by the week, so hopefully this means he won't get a redemption arc. Also, remember my theory about the Arc not being the true villain? Metal Cluster Hopper might be a sign of my theory coming to life. Next week is a Go Busters reunion, so I'm definitely looking forward to that.
I was so surprised Fua didn't like turn around when Yaba was like filming and just crush her stupid ass camera. Like
that would have been a good time.
Like I hate it when she's like in those stupid like roles. Like
it sucks that she's been relegated to just the Zaya peon.
Yeah.
Like
Who
she
am I-
went from an almost confident role in trying to, fight for justice, and to Alex's point, not always winning. But
Never.
hey, she won the first episode she was in.
Against wait, like the fodder?
Not just the fodder, it was like the main, the main
She
bad.
did her. She did
Did
her
she
like
actually-
bumblebees.
Did she actually kill it, or did like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she actually used her like bumblebee kick with the wasps or whatever, and then
Oh,
That
yeah.
too.
that was it.
But yeah, I agree with Alex that she she has been getting the short end of the stick when it comes to the fights, and now when it comes to like just where her character is being placed.
Yep.
And I expect better. I want her to do more, and it really sucks that they're not really giving her much to do.
Not stuff that we feel is worth her character, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So in that I agree. Yeah, anyways guys, did you have anything else you wanted to say about this episode?
Not really.
I probably did, but I can't remember.
Fantastic. Guy, you know what? You can leave your thoughts in the comments down below, Michael. Same with the rest of you guys. Tell us what you thought about our thoughts, about your thoughts. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Yeah, and get ready for Toku Week coming up soon, because Ryu Soldier's ending, and we're gonna have a week's worth of content lined up for you to watch that week leading up to Cure Major. If you watch that, I know sometimes there's not crossover with the Toku community in that regard, so we'll see what happens. Guys, thanks for watching. Keep it juicy.
Later.
Fantastic.
Okay, now that we're making like the build comparison, I feel like they just let the personalities, not just like. I feel like the actors' personalities like leaked a little bit in there. They had like a little bit more ad lib that they could do for that, more improv.